Hey guys, Jay here with another video to help you understand more about your dogs. In this video, I'm going to be talking about focus, actually getting your dog to be able to focus on you periodically, even if you're not asking for it. So, it's a very simple game that I used to do with Blue way back when I first got her. It was just to build up what we call the name game. So, it was more for letting them know what their name is. So when I call their name, I expect them to just turn and look at me and give me their attention for that period of time. So which is very simple at the start. Basically, you just have a couple of treats with you every time you call your dog. Make sure they make eye contact with you and not just glance at you. Maybe hold the eye contact for 2 seconds and then you reward them. So it's been a while since I did this with Blue because she knows her name, but I recently realized that this game is actually so important as it translates into a lot of other things. And I'll give you guys examples soon. So in this video, I'm just doing the basics of the name game and I'll let you guys take a look. So you can see I hold the treat. She's looking at the treat. But when I call her name, she makes eye contact with me, if you can see right there. There you go. So you can see this one was a bit over the top, of course, but yeah, you get it. So she makes eye contact, she maintains eye contact, so I know that she's focused on me, not just because of the treat. So right there as well. So you can see that the moment she goes down, she's still looking at the treat. You can see her eye contact, right? You can see her eye line is just still looking at the treat in my hand. But when I call the name, she looks up and then I reward her. You have to mark it quickly. Otherwise, they might get the wrong idea. Over here is I'm trying to pull her line of sight away from my eyes. So I hold the treat and I move it slightly away, maybe to the left, to the right. She wants to go for it. And I just hold it, of course. She goes back down into down position. And then you look at that. There you go. She glanced for like a split second, but I didn't want to reward that. I wanted her to hold that eye contact for a bit. Then I reward. So that helps your dog understand that if you call their name, they're supposed to look at you. So now in the other direction, I think this angle is a bit hard to see. Just down, and then there you go. So yeah, for about a second and a half, she made eye contact with me and I rewarded. So this game is actually really easy, really fun to do as well. You can get creative with it. You can see that she focuses on a treat because I haven't called her name yet. There you go. So this one took a bit longer. I called her name, but I wasn't going to repeat her name. I wasn't going to go Bluey, 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 Bluey. Otherwise, they think that their name is actually whatever their name is times 4. So I called the name once, and even though she didn't immediately look at me, I just waited. So I waited, she made eye contact, and then I rewarded. So be careful about repeating your commands. This applies to anything you want to teach your dog, even like sit, down, stay, whatever. And this is actually the beginnings of how to get your dog to make eye contact with you. You can see me holding the treat in between my thumb and my index finger. So I'm going to close it up, hold it there, and I'm going to put it in front of my face. So when I put it in front of my face, she's still, you can tell if she actually looks at your eyes or she's just focusing on a treat. So you hold it up in front of your face, and then when she looks at you, you just call her name or his name, and then you reward from there. So just doing that a couple of times, your dog should quickly understand what you expect from them, and then you can start to make it more difficult. So I hold it up here. Eyes moved up a little bit, made eye contact, and then I rewarded. And now I just make it more difficult.
Good girl.
So for this one, I just randomized the timing. So I moved my hand all the way to the side with the treat, as you saw. But I didn't want to call her name immediately, so she could still stay focused on that treat. She kind of looked around a little bit, like thinking what she's supposed to do next. And then when I called her, she made eye contact, and then I rewarded her from there. So now she's not really focusing so much on the treat anymore, and she kind of is trying to preempt the command that I'm going to give her. So she kind of just keeps glancing back at me from once in a while, and this means that your dog understands looking at you is probably the best outcome.
Good girl.
So randomizing it up, I'm going back to the basic ones, show it to her, call her name, and then just give her a treat from there. So yeah, that's the beginnings of the name game. It's really good to use it to get your dog to refocus on you, redirect to you. Sometimes when you tell your dog sit or stay or come, they don't do it immediately. If you teach your dog your name first, their name first, followed by the command or the cue, this improves the chance of success. Okay, so next I'm going to show you how this helps you in other aspects of basically training your dog. In the next few videos, it's just quick short videos of when I'm walking the girls, and then if I stop moving, I expect them to turn around and check in on me, even though I'm not calling their names. So when they do check in on me, the reward is that we continue to walk, or we get to run, or we get to do something more fun. So you'll see here,
Girls. Good girls.
Ori made eye contact with me first, and then Blue followed soon after that. So here, and then Blue turned around and she kind of side eye glanced me, and then we continued
Good
with the walk.
girls.
We were walking, 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 and then I just suddenly stopped. So I'll just wait for Blue to turn around and look at me, and when she does, she's rewarded by continuing the walk, so that we get to continue the walk. I periodically stop during my walk as well to make sure that their attention is still on me. Because on a walk, things can get very exciting. They have new smells, new sights, new sounds. They might see another dog. They might see whatever it is that makes them excited. So by periodically doing this, I ensure that their focus still stays on me. And you can only get to this stage by doing what was shown in the video at the start.
Good girl.
Yeah. And then of course mark and reward. I tell her good girl, then she knows that it's time to continue on the walk. So that was all very simple stuff. I think I just have one last video to show as an example. Yeah. So you can see it's not always immediate. But she
Good
turns
girl.
around,
Walk.
glances at me, I give her the cue, and then we move on. So yeah, that's basically it. It's a very easy game to start. You can just do it for 5 minutes a day, maybe twice a day, and then you start to move on to bringing in more difficult scenarios for your dog. This helps your dog trust you more as well. They trust your judgment. If they get scared or spooked by anything, they'll turn around and look at you instead and wait for you to do something. When you have that bond, it is even more important that you don't let your dog get spooked too much. If they still get spooked, you have to be able to step in and comfort your dog, reassure your dog. That way, you guys can keep building that bond, and you should be on your way to having a really well behaved dog.